Looking to get into sports betting? Well, look no further than HedgeBetter. Traditional sports is rigged anyway. Here at HedgeBetter, we're working hard to create and develop the platform that revolutionizes the future of how we as a nation view sports betting. Traditional sports betting is designed to favor books and lose you money. HedgeBetter puts the odds in your hands, cuts out the middleman, and aims to empower a future generation of sports bettors. At HedgeBetter, your bet is an asset, and we give you all the tools to maximize your profits and potential. We can't wait to come to your state soon and help you make the most of your sports betting experience. In the meantime, be sure to visit our website at www.hedgebetter.com to learn more and sign up for our mailing list. To stay up to date with all of our content, podcasts, including Steele Nazz, promotion, and events, follow us on Instagram at HedgeBetter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click on the link on our website to check out our blog. Everyone, even on Monday, let's have a day. Brady's back. Brady's back. Emergency pod. We usually record Thursday nights. We're in here on a Sunday, watching the KG retirement ceremony, and all of a sudden Tom Brady is back. So episode 71 tonight. We had to get the job done. We were debating whether to do it Thursday or today. It's tonight. So let's start the show. We have a big lineup tonight as Tom Brady returns to the NFL, come back for his 23rd season. That's going to be it all. We have Towson's star player, Nick Timberlake from Braintree, Massachusetts, joining us tonight, which was a great interview, great insight. He's going to be playing in the NIT. It's tough, Texas A&M, we watched them all weekend. They're probably going to be the number one overall seed in the NIT, so it'll be good. We also, have our thoughts of what happened, during the Kevin Garnett whole shebang of afterwards. Even during the game, Luka Doncic and the boys taking over the Dallas Mavericks win over the Boston Celtics, and the whole bracket of March Madness. So before we spin to it to Nick, what did you guys think of the interview? I know you were there, Steele. So what did you think?
Great stuff. I mean, it's crazy how he talks about all the transfers that school has, and their ability to combine and become a team like that with chemistry is insane.
The fact that he's obviously seems like a team player and everything, but he can just continue to be the number one points per game averager no matter how many transfers come around. It's great to see, and also it sucks that he didn't get an NCAA tournament because they were the number one seed going into the conference tournament. But to get in the NIT at all, we'll be watching them this week on ESPN. It's going to be great stuff. Like we said, we're going to record on Thursday, record on Sunday, so we're going to get this out hopefully probably before, his first game. So big shout out to him. Braintree Mass guy, Campbell Union guy. Can't wait to let it rip. The whole Kevin Garnett thing made me go insane. My all-time favorite NBA basketball player of all time is Sathin's mentality. If you know me a little bit, I bring it to the softball diamond. I bring that mentality to the game. I'm sorry if I'm embarrassing myself right now.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
You literally are, because your body shape is the exact opposite.
You're the big baby of the Celtics team.
And that's bullshit, and that's why you guys are losers and I'm a fucking winner.
I'm just saying. I mean,
anything's possible.
I don't know.
Wait. What you win in NASCAR tonight? No, you're a fucking loser.
No, Denny Hamlin blows.
He's got you there.
Fucking Chase.
He was rooting for car accidents. He's like, hold on, wait, there might be an accident.
This guy might die.
Blow a tire already, you fucking loser.
Adam heard Tom Brady's coming back, not even to the Patriots, and I've never seen him happier. It's like,
oh yeah. Wait, so he hasn't announced who he's coming back to?
He's coming.
No,
back
he announced
Buck.
he announced the Bucks. He's back in the Bucks.
Okay, cool.
He served 20 unbelievable years here. I'm a Tom Brady fan for life, and if you're not like that, you're a fucking loser.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm fine with Tom, but I'd rather news the Patriots get.
Even Adam over here, he was mad
Metcalf,
about the Instagram thing. Who gives a fuck? Tom Brady owes us nothing.
Yeah, he gave us enough.
Tom Brady forever.
But yeah,
and before we dive deep in it, we're gonna lead off with Towson's Braintree, Mass native Nick Timberlake coming at you. Let's go. We're now joined by Towson University men's basketball player Nick Timberlake from Braintree, Massachusetts. Now, Nick, how are we doing tonight, man? I know, obviously, the loss in the semifinals, the Delaware, kind of bittersweet, but, you got to look back on a great season you guys had. I think you guys had 8 or 9 losses, one of the better years in, recent history of that program. Just tell me how everything's going on.
Just like you said, bittersweet for sure. Losing to Delaware, big rival we have with Delaware, obviously being in a neighboring state. So to lose to them after beating them twice during the regular season is tough. But, I mean, they got hot at the right time. We still got the NIT to look forward to, so we find out on Sunday who and where we play. So looking forward to that. Basketball in March is still fun.
Exactly, right? Show goes on.
March Madness
sure.
in general. I think there's one kid I know from Delaware, and like to hell with him. So I agree with him. To hell with Delaware.
Yeah, he's a menace.
Where is where's
Baltimore.
Towson? Oh, okay.
Baltimore, yeah.
Gotcha.
So just bringing it back a little bit. So you went to Braintree High, ended up going to KUA, right? So what out of your, I think you had 14.5 points per game. I think it led the team. I know you're probably a team-based guy, but is there stuff that you learned at Braintree High School or even just, playing around Braintree Mass that integrate into your game now?
I mean, I don't think my game has changed much since Braintree. I feel like I'm basically the same player, just a little bit better than I was at Braintree High. Just put on a lot of muscle when I went up to KUA. But I mean, just team ball, Coach Crooks at Braintree High does a great job of that. Just learning to play like in a system, I think helped a lot because the way Coach Crooks coached at Braintree was all based on plays. It wasn't really like a ISO, like give you the best play of the ball. It was kind of run through plays and see what happens.
Which is great for that level because there's a lot of hero ball there.
Yeah,
like, depending on the team. Yeah,
game,
exactly. Yeah, like there's a lot, like for a team to be team-based in chemistry, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When did you graduate from Braintree High?
I graduated Braintree High 2017.
Gotcha.
2017. Nice. So, from Braintree to KUA, stepping on campus for the first time in Towson, like even we'll talk about the recruiting process and things like that. But what kind of blew you away of, life as a Division I athlete and, not having, I guess in high school you have all these periods like 1 through 9, but I think most of us have been to college at this table where you're kind of like in class and then you're not. So how is kind of transitioning into that and, the player you've become today?
I mean, it was eye-opening at first, I would say, just knowing you have one class a day and then you got to go to practice. So that part was cool. It's just the biggest transition is just the level of play. Just everyone's a lot stronger, bigger, faster, athletic than they are in obviously Massachusetts basketball or going through the NEPSAC up at KUA.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you put in the NEPSAC, there's a bunch of future Division I guys. I can just spitball around. Nerlens Noel back in the day, even a guy from Weymouth, Jared Terrell. Just I'm sure like playing at KUA kind of prepared you for this opportunity. What's kind of who's the best player you think you've played at Towson? I know you guys had a game against Virginia a couple years back, and if you have any like on court stories while you were at Towson, it's a different ballpark than playing for Braintree High School.
Yeah, I mean, my first game I started as a freshman was against Virginia, and this was right after. Yeah, this was right after they. Yeah, it was brutal. It was right after they lost to UMBC as a 16 seed. So I mean, they were out for blood. We hung in there. We were down 4 at half, and then they had Ty Jerome, Kyle Guy, a couple other pros, and Ty Jerome just turned it up a whole nother level and just smoked us in the second half.
Oh yeah,
we ended up. Yeah,
that's a tough draw.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it was awesome. Just going through the whole like college warm up and stuff is way different than high school. You get there like 2.5 hours early, stretch in the locker room, get ready, and while we were entering like the loading dock, you can see the front door of UVA's arena. Yep. In the line probably 2 miles long.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
At like 4 o'clock. The game's not till 7.
What's that? That's Charlottesville? Is that where it is? Yeah.
Yep.
So, like I mentioned, I think twice already, your points per game this year. So, what are you really a credit for? I know you're probably a team guy, as we all are, in the South Shore area. But what do you accredit yourself for, jumping from your redshirt freshman year all the way to your junior year of, being more involved? Do you credit for people like graduating, or do you have someone to credit to, in the off season to really excel your game around here? I
think it's more just like knowing my role and how how it works, everything like that. My freshman year, I was sixth man and ended up winning sixth man of the year in the league. So like that just helped my confidence a lot. And then obviously COVID year ruined a bunch of stuff. But I mean,
can imagine.
Yeah, it was brutal. And then obviously this year I was one of the many guys to look forward to. We had 4 guys, I think, average more than 10 points. So just being the leading scorer didn't really matter. You never really knew whose night it was going to be. So it was kind of like, it was really nice to know that.
Yeah, now playing in the CAA, you guys play probably on the road against Northeastern every year, right? So, like, how is that?
Yeah.
Probably you get a bunch of family and friends coming out, and just tell me about the first time, you say you're starting your freshman year, going into Northeastern. Maybe if it's the way I'm picturing it is, it's a whole homecoming for you, and how'd that game go?
Well, I had to wait. So my first freshman year, the year I played Virginia, 8 games after that, I ended up breaking my foot.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
Yeah, so I didn't get to play Northeastern until the year after, but it was just like you would imagine. It was me and another Massachusetts kid, Ja'Kai Doughton. He's a Cambridge Region Latin kid.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, we had the place packed, just Braintree and Cambridge people out there.
That's awesome.
And yeah, we ended up beating Northeastern by 1 at their place. So it was a nice win.
Doesn't get better than that.
Did you get the opportunity to play our guy Anthony Green? He's graduated from there now, but I'm sure you know him.
Yeah, no, I know Anthony. I wasn't there. He was there my freshman year, but I didn't get to play him.
Oh, wow. He was on this show. I think we had him like last year. He was going to play in Australia, and I think the thing he feared the most wasn't on the basketball court. I think it was like spiders and stuff in the corner of his house. I heard that happens in Australia.
Yeah, it was just like one of the fuck things
crazy.
from Australia. Yeah, just some nonsense. Yeah.
Back to your Braintree roots. So sitting home as a youth, even going into high school, if the gyms weren't open. We're Quincy guys, so there's a couple places where we've had people say like the Mount or someplace like that. Is there someplace outside in the summer where you'd be like, all right, this is where I'm going to go get my shots in, or this is where I'm going to go run for the next 3 to 4 hours?
Not really outside. I mean, my dad was an assistant coach at Braintree High for most of my life, so he had a key.
Oh,
so
you had the plug. There you go.
Perfect.
You had the plug.
I lucked out for sure, and I'm really close with Coach Crooks, so I can get a key if my dad ended up losing his or whatever whenever I wanted to. So that was really nice to have.
There we go.
Doherty Gym at all?
Doherty Gym.
Oh yeah. I used to go to Doherty a lot. It'd be like sometimes weirdly open, but that place is just a sauna in the summertime.
Oh yeah, that's
No fun playing basketball.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's like 200 degrees.
It's a sauna in this recording studio right now, so
we're playing through it too.
Yeah.
Playing through the hard work.
Through the adversity.
We talked about on the back end of our show actually tonight a guy who scored 54 points last Sunday over the Brooklyn Nets. I'm just wondering, any players you look up to right now in the NBA, or even just growing up, if you really aspire your game to. And I know for me, it was a guy, I wasn't good at basketball, maybe good in other things, but a guy like Kobe Bryant for me. Anyone like you who you're like, okay, maybe I should look at some film from what this guy does because it worked for him, will it work for me?
Yeah, for sure. I watch a lot of Klay Thompson and Donovan Mitchell.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm a mixture of the both of those two. Just Donovan Mitchell really athletic and the way he's explosive, stuff like that. And then just the way Klay Thompson shoots, how fast he gets it off, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, taking after Klay Thompson shooting, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Hoping he can get back in his form. That's a player, you really
that
aspire
guy's
to root
awesome.
for. Yeah, the guy's awesome.
Who do you got in the NBA this year? Any early picks for championship predictions?
Obviously the Celtics, but
Of course.
doubt they ended up sneaking one out. But I think the Eastern Conference is going to be a crazy playoff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of depth.
You think Tatum can play his way into like legitimate like MVP conversation?
I don't think this year. Unless he's averaging 50 the rest of the season, I don't think he's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Hey,
think
we're
he's-
starting there.
And them winning out. Yeah.
We're on our way.
44 the next game. It's a good little average median.
Yeah, I think he's averaged like 40 his last 2 games, which is like huge.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
He's heating up.
We like to hit the local spotlight here, and showcase restaurants or whatever it is, bars around here. Is there any place when you're sitting back in Braintree, Massachusetts, and you're gonna be like, all right, let's go get a bite there for the night or anything like that?
Southside.
Southside.
Let's go.
That's the typical Braintree answer. I've been waiting for
It
like
could have been the Braintree,
But it's
Brew
not
House.
wrong.
Okay.
It's not
no,
wrong.
it's not wrong. It's not wrong.
The Brew
It's a
House
great
is
spot.
probably the second choice. Is it or no?
Yeah, you can't really say the brew house if you're my age, though.
That's fair.
That's true.
I don't
Brew
know.
house is all the crowd.
Do you like Rashadi's? I'm a big Rashadi's fan.
Bachati steak and cheese.
Oh yeah.
Rosie's?
Who's got better pizza, Montelio's or Rashadi's?
Rashadi's.
Oh, yeah, Bachati's.
Oh, that's a debate. I'm willing.
Craig's eyes are lighting up right now.
Don't sleep on the
Montelio's
Campanelli's Italian cooking too. That's good stuff.
Hey, I've never had Campanelli's. I've only heard good things. You're gonna have to
Great
try it
stuff. It'll run you a bill, but
out.
it's
Yeah,
worth
it's
it.
next to McDonald's, so I usually just sneak in for a McDouble and call it a night.
What do you think about the tournament coming up next week? And do you have any? And now that you're not in it, can you objectively like pick a team that you hope pulls something off?
Definitely not Delaware.
No,
for sure.
fuck,
No,
Yeah,
fuck Delaware. I hope
fuck
Delaware.
Delaware.
I won't say
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
I mean, no, not really. I mean, not that we would have gone in and won national championship, but it would have been awesome to just be
you
a
never
part
know.
of.
Don't count yourself out there.
There is.
Yeah.
What do they call it when? Why
Yeah,
can't I think of the word?
Cinderella
story.
You could have been
Yeah.
a Cinderella team.
The reason that Virginia team was pissed that you played was because somebody took them down. You know?
Yep.
Gotta believe.
So that loss, I hate keep bringing up the loss like over and over again, but my big question here, I think the question of my night here is, what drives you? Because you guys finished first place in the regular season. You guys have this great year, and then it comes to a halt in the semis of the conference tournament. So you're a redshirt junior. I'm not sure who else is coming back by your side, but you have one more year to get this thing done against the NCAA tournament. I know you're not looking past the NIT because that's important too, especially a program like yourself. But in your final season as a collegiate athlete, or at least in the game of basketball, what do you aspire to do?
Just make it to March Madness. I mean, it's everyone's goal every year. And I mean, here at Towson, we haven't done it since '92 or something like that. So, I mean, this was the closest we've ever been. We were setting records left and right the whole year. I think we're at 26 or 25 wins right now.
Wow.
So it's the most Towson's ever had. And I mean, we really thought it was the year. Winning the regular season title, the way we wanted to was pretty incredible. I don't know if you guys looked into that.
I'd like to hear that.
So we played Delaware like January 25th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we played them at our place. And it was just when all the students started to come back. So our winter break is longer than most people's. So most of our games from December 15th till end of January, there's not a lot of people there because everyone's at home and stuff like that.
Yep.
So we played Delaware the first day, all the students are back, and there's 3,500 people and it's packed. And all of a sudden, the floor starts getting super slippery. It's really hot in the gym, and I guess it had to do with something with condensation.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's falling. So the refs stopped the game at one point. It was someone falls, we're calling the game. So literally the next play, they throw it in bounds. The kid takes one step, falls right on his back. They cancel the game.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, they cancel the game, and we end up playing 2 weeks ago. We finished the game 2 weeks ago. In the second half, 18 minutes, 42 seconds, down 9 for the regular season championship. That's how it came down. So
Wow.
to win,
Came back.
Setting the tone.
yeah, down 9. So we started the first possession, hit a big 3, down 6, and then we went on a 19-0 run.
Let's fucking go. That's
Love it. Let's
What
go.
was the condensation from? Just people being in
Just
that many
all the-
people being
all the
Yeah, just
people
back
in-
in action.
Back in
Yeah, all the
action, I
people.
think. Yeah.
in the gym and stuff.
I didn't know if there was
Well,
a hockey rink on.
What was your point total in that game? I'm sure you're hiding it from us.
I think I only had 11.
Oh, okay. Well, Either way,
Yeah.
big regular season
double
championship.
digits.
Yeah.
I'd always consider a double-digit game a successful
11
game.
and a win. 11 and a
Me,
win. That's a
You
perfect
know, I
day.
didn't play in college or anything.
Do you consider yourself having a higher level of responsibility going into your senior year as one of the points leaders to try and like step up the energy for everyone in the locker room to try and like make it to where your goals are for next year?
I mean, I feel like I have the same role as I did this year. I mean, I'm one of the only guys who's been here the whole time. We're a big transfer school.
Yep.
So we had 6 or 7 transfers coming this year. I'm one of the few guys who's been here the whole year or the whole time. I mean, transfers are going to come in, figure out their role. But I mean, I feel like for the majority, this is my team next year.
Yeah,
I mean, I felt that way this year.
That's really fascinating though, because you got to adapt every year, and you can score as many points as you want and have a great season. But if you don't have the team chemistry, then you're not really going to go far. And whether it's regular season championships and conference championships, so even the fact that you guys won the regular season championship, were so close to this year, is it really attests to how quick things come together.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, having a lot of new people come in is always hard. My first year, we had 11 new guys, and we weren't that good. Then the next year, we were all kind of like glued finally. We finished 3rd in our conference. And then COVID happened, which is a joke. But then this year, we had 6 or 7, but they were all like older guys who only have like this year or maybe next year left. So like they all have been through college, through the process, know what it takes to win. And I mean, everyone accepted their role, and I mean, we saw what happened. We just didn't get the final trophy we wanted.
Keep everything you got on that point.
We didn't ask this yet, but what made you pick Towson?
I mean, just on my visit, I felt like the way they played, their style, I feel like it would fit most South Shore kids, just like the toughness aspect, and I really like that whole part. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's because the coach is from Boston, whatever." I mean, that really didn't make that much of a difference for me. But I mean, it helps.
Yeah, a nice touch.
Yeah, no, he's from Medford, so
Yeah, that
I mean,
transcends to his style of play, that hard body Boston's type. You know what I mean? So it probably does transfer
sure.
a little bit.
And just the campus where it is, it's an easy plane ride home. So I mean, I wanted to go obviously out of New England, but not too far. So it was like the perfect spot.
Yeah, my last question here, a little broad, but what's your future? After the college game, would you be open to playing overseas, whoever give you an opportunity, or is there another career that you're going to try to pursue?
Yeah, I would definitely try and play as long as I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see where I can go, travel the world. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like just hearing stories from Anthony, and even I've had conversations with Jared Terrell. It seems like overseas they've had a lot of fun playing it and making money too, which I mean it's great to play the game, but to get paid for it's another thing.
Oh, of
That's
course,
awesome.
yeah. And I feel like a lot of the places are like just really cool places.
Yeah, exactly.
that it happens. You know what I mean?
It's so close to everywhere else. You can travel around in the off season.
Yeah,
and kinda
you end up in like Spain or Greece or something,
get a
and it's
different
like it's
experience in
unreal.
life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have four teammates right now. One's in Portugal, one's in Slovenia, one's in Sweden, and one's in Switzerland. So I mean, they're all over the place.
Great.
They
options.
all of those sound sick.
I don't know much about Slovenia, but
Yeah.
the other three,
Yeah.
great options.
Sounds like there's cute girls there.
Yeah.
I bet.
Nick, really appreciate you coming on, man. Unless these guys got anything else. You guys good?
Good.
Hey,
Thanks,
good.
man.
Best of luck
Yeah,
in the
best of luck,
NIT.
man.
At NIT, and next year's your year, buddy.
We'll be
go.
rooting
Oh,
for you
we'll be
guys
watching in the NIT for sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I
Stuff.
think the games are on ESPN too. So
Perfect.
I'll be drawing up some highlights for you.
And then next year, this time next year, I'll be putting you in my brackets to win
Yep.
it all. Let's go.
Let's
that's
go.
a goal.
If you guys win the NIT, you got to come back on. Deal?
Awesome. This sounds good with me.
Oh yeah,
All right,
Let's go,
awesome.
buddy.
Thanks a lot, Nick. Have a great night.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, thank you guys.
See ya.
2022 is here. Do you have your resolution? Here's an idea. Make your way down to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance located in Braintree, Mass. Owned and operated by Coach Craig Kelly, you can be assured you are getting the best training around. Whether looking to improve your health or gain a slight edge on your competition, this is the gym for you. Group fitness classes as well as personalized one-on-one training are both available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com slideedgefitness.com, as well as follow them on Instagram at slideedgefitness and set up a consultation today. It's time to get fit, so let it rip.
And that was Nick Timberlake, Towson basketball star, going to play in the NIT this week, Braintree, Mass. Native. Obviously, these bozos weren't in it, but me and Steele had the interview. I thought it was a good. He really seemed like he carried himself, and he's there for war. He's kind of upset that they didn't make the NCAA tournament this year,
Tough
but he's
scene.
willing to ride out the NIT, and then he's got a whole senior year next year, to get it done and to more than likely defeat the state of Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware.
Which I fuck Delaware.
Oh, terrible.
I must have in the 70 episodes of that. Delaware, like when I was driving back from Florida to Massachusetts, there is not a state I hate more in the Union than Delaware. It was
Hell of a bridge. It
was horrible to drive through. It was just horrible.
First ever state.
Shut up.
Sick.
Shut up. And we're joined by John from Quincy here.
That was a perfect first comment.
Getting away from the interview, we'll hop right on it. The breaking news of Sunday night during the whole KG retirement, we'll get to that too. But Tom Brady coming back to the NFL for year 23. Back in Tampa Bay, I'll start with I couldn't be more excited to have. I was not ready to live in a life where Tom Brady was not playing the game of football. We'll see what happens with the turnover of team. I feel like, if the GOAT's coming back, a lot of people are coming back. We have a close connection with a kid who used to play with Ali Marpet. I feel like Ali Marpet could unretire too, along with Ryan Jensen, the center there, and come. I feel like this team could really come back if number 12 is under center, and it seems like to be the real thing right now. And I couldn't be more happy. It's great that we're going to see a team in the AFC that we're all going to root for, and the team in the NFC. Because I said right there, then and there, when Brady retired, that I'll never root for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again. And when he does retire, I will never root for the Bucs ever again.
But we're back.
But we're back.
See that?
No, yeah,
that's-
absolutely.
No, I just have to say that is just it's just such a shit take that you're so convicted in never rooting for the Buccaneers again, or you're so loyal to the Patriots, but one player. I get Tom Brady is that player.
Ridiculous statements.
But it's so ridiculous that you're oh, I am Patriots or death, and you're literally rooting for another team until Tom Brady leaves.
I'm not. I'm rooting for the player.
You're rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I will not hate Tom Brady one moment that I am on.
That's
this earth.
fine, but you can't root for the Buccaneers.
Yes, I
You
can.
can root
Yes,
for
I
Tom
can.
Brady to be the MVP.
I know.
Yes,
I can root for
can.
him for winning his 8th Super Bowl.
So that's what I'm saying. Then you can't be I don't know. I just think it's an absolutely ridiculous statement.
Do you think? All right, so to not just the Brady love and stuff, but do you think Russell Wilson switching to the AFC had any impact? You think he was one
absolutely
quarterback
not.
gone?
Absolutely not.
No, in that standpoint, no way, not a chance.
Tom Brady does not give 1 ounce of iota thought.
Yeah,
to
I'm just
any-
asking
to
questions
any other
here.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
No.
Tom Brady's on another stratosphere. You think he wakes up and wonders what the fuck Russell Wilson does? No. He
No.
just worries about what Tom Brady does.
No, he looks
Plain
at
and simple.
he looks at a clock that says fucking the time until the next Super Bowl. And then he's ready for war.
My next question for the guys is he was at the football game yesterday with Cristiano Ronaldo, and they had a little talking, and they had a little dub there, are you done? And he kind of smiled. He didn't really say anything back. They had quote from quote, but I'm wondering what was the overkill, the 40 days where Giselle, can I just please play one more year? I want to play till I'm 45. He's gonna be 45, I think, in August. So I think it'll be the right last year. I think he definitely wants to go out on top. He's won so many Super Bowls where I think he wants to win the next one to leave. And then, going back and winning the Super Bowl, Gronkowski. Now it's been all speculation, he would love to go to Cincinnati. Buffalo's been an option. He's obviously now going to go back to Tampa.
Oh yeah, I mean,
even other.
But this is where I'd say I think this has been on the table. We don't know, just from the mere fact of Gronkowski's lack of a decision, and Gronkowski staying in the league and not retiring.
oh yeah.
I think that it was Tom Brady coming back always.
Not even being I knew it or whatever. I fully believe Tom Brady was going to play next year.
The
I fully
timing,
believe.
the timing of it is key because, tampering period starts tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, damn, I was on West Coast time, Sean.
No, it's good. That's a good take, though.
Tampa wants their duck in a row. They want their cap to be straight away. They want to get the Gronkowski situation all set to go.
Yeah.
The fact that Brady's back attracts so many more.
No, yeah, and other free agents. Yeah, anyone like you have Tom Brady again.
Well,
Like the entire thing just changed. Like you don't go to fucking play with Blaine Gabbert.
I think it would also be interesting to see the numbers. Obviously, they're not out yet, and how little he's signing for, especially after if he's signing for a lot. And,
Brady?
Yeah.
He's still on the contract.
$25 million. Yeah.
Oh, he just okay.
Yeah, just
Still in
continue.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say because what he declined from the Patriots, of that news coming out, kind of over. I think it came.
He
out
had an extra year. That's why, like, Bruce Arians came out, was like, bad. Like,
Yeah.
we'd only trade him for, like, 5 first-round picks because he has the capability because he's technically under contract.
Right. No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, what he declined from the Patriots to move on, if he took the pay cut here, it almost, like, I think it just changes something in my mind of how he felt towards Bill or
He
Kraft.
took pay cuts for us for literally
Yeah,
like 2 decades.
But then they still offered him a great contract that he turned down before he left.
What I find very fascinating now is, like, usually by now, like, we're in March, April, like, I think before then, like, Gronkowski would have made a decision on retirement, but he kind of knew in the back of his mind, like, Brady's not done. I don't think he's done.
100%. 100%.
Not even in the back of his mind. I think Brady.
Front of his mind.
Yeah.
All of the mind. Yeah.
I agree.
Like Gronk and like obviously he's not playing, but like Edelman definitely knew that. Like they both like they're definitely still in contact. Like the close circle to Tom Brady definitely knew this was happening.
And then you look at the retrospect of it. I understand that they were losing a bunch of guys. Now I feel like they're going to come back. But the AFC is now stacked. Like we talk about every week how, Allen, the Mahomes, Joe Burrow made the Super Bowl this year. The Patriots aren't even really in the conversation. They're like 5 or 6. But now you're looking at the NFC. Well, Aaron Rodgers just went back to Green Bay. The Rams, just won the title. And now Brady's back. So those are your core 3. And I would say definitely it's easier to get out of the NFC if your name's not Tom, if your name is Tom Brady, rather than the AFC.
you got to beat Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's dumb to even say.
What do you mean that's dumb?
That's clear.
No, I'm stating an obvious here. How's
Yeah.
that dumb?
I
That's
thought you
just-
were making. You sounded like you were making a point.
No, I'm making an obvious
Yeah,
decision.
I mean, the NFC's got Dak, the Rams, and Aaron Rodgers, and I guess San Fran.
Well, let's get in the real decision though. Like, do you think like this is his last year? Like, do you think this
I
is
don't.
it? I don't think so. Do not think
I
this
think
is
it's
last
got
year.
at least 2 more years.
2 more years.
So-
I agree. I think 2.
I think it depends on if his play quality goes way down somehow.
It's hard
He
to
was- he has a
bad
speculate.
season.
There's people that argue he could have been the MVP this year.
He
His
should have
play
been.
has
He probably should have been.
He
His
should have
play
been.
has not dropped.
I'm saying if it does, he'll be done.
It's hard
Or
to-
he wins a Super Bowl, he could be done.
Exactly.
Otherwise, he's playing 2.
It's hard to speculate because it's all about like what actually like happens. Like what happens next year will completely like does he come back again and do it? Like if they win it all, he might retire too. If they like lose the like NFC Championship, Tom's gonna have a fire in him. He's gonna come back. Like it just like depends on what happens.
My thing too is everyone can talk about now everyone's gonna come back because Tom Brady's coming back. When they see the money that other teams are going to offer them, who knows? So to Sean's point of, I don't think it's just going to be one more season. I think they have a better roster, not this upcoming year, but the year after, to have an opportunity to win number 8.
And his whole brand was playing, till 45 through 45. I think, him stopping here was almost going against, everything he was marketing for people to do. You know what I mean? So I think there was pressure on him for that, just on the marketing side of his whole brand and everything he built. Even just, the image that he had. If he's stopping now, I think it hurts that.
Do you think he ever comes out with this is my last year tour? Do you ever think because I think we send out a video message of our appreciation for him. He'll get that again at some point, but I don't think we will know until he finally doesn't play for a year. We will not know he retires. When he says he retires next, we will not know.
No.
If he
Brett
retires.
Favre all over fucking again.
But at least he's fucking good.
Yeah, he's the greatest of all time.
Brett Favre was playing for the Jets and the Vikings, and who knows what his game was. He had a hell of a sling, but he was throwing picks left and right.
Brady doesn't care about a tour, in my opinion.
No, he just wants 8. He wants 8.
Brady cares about that ring on his finger.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about the rest of it, dude.
It's just interesting. It's so interesting because you finally think it's out now. Everyone's in New England's just going to concentrate on the development of Mac Jones and see what they can get in this roster. But nope, we're back at it again. We're all Bucs fans once again at the flip of the switch, and it's interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it, and like I said, Kirk Cousins signed back 1 year, $35 million today. if that's the competition Tom Brady's going to go against in the NFC, besides a tough game against the Rams or Aaron Rodgers finally gets his way, there's really not a team that I think is going to fight hard against Tom Brady in early divisional matchups.
Kirk Cousins, all-time great agent.
Yep.
That guy is amazing. Like
Securing the fucking bag.
Kirk Cousins is like one of the highest paid NFL athletes like ever, and that is so funny.
For
like
nothing.
That's unbelievable, dude.
I am curious of the 49ers. If Jimmy G goes and Trey Lance is legit.
Not sold on Trey Lance,
Who
personally.
knows? I'm just
Not
saying.
sold.
I think that 49ers team is really good.
Also not sold on Jimmy G.
That's
but
what I'm saying. And if he
2
is
Super
legit,
Bowl appearances.
yeah, but I think
Two
that's
fat
the
Ls.
49ers team, and that's my point.
Yeah, like how much of Jimmy? Yeah, like Jimmy G wasn't much in either of those.
Okay, so take out Jimmy G this year. You insert Trey Lance, more athletic. Who knows if he's more of an accurate passer? He hasn't faced any adversity in his career so far.
Makes more mistakes. I couldn't agree with you more, Sean.
I'm saying though, that's my point. Is if Lance is legit, is San Francisco? I mean, they have to be, right?
No, because they're like that's a team that should play real conservative on offense and just like ground and pound. Make that third and short throw. That's what that team is. If you try to get too flashy on first and second down,
But that's what they're built to do.
they're built to play defense and grind teams out. You've seen it every fucking game.
hit George Kittle fucking over the
They have
middle.
Debo, Kittle, Eli Mitchell. They have.
They make a bat out of hell in one play, so the final score is 14-10.
But then again, the last time a quarterback that was taken this high within the top 10 that sat a year, no one knew how he's going to play.
I see where
Young kid, Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes. So
Yeah.
it's honestly like you don't know what the hell is going to happen until it happens. So,
I let you talk there, Sean, but that's 1 in a million, dude. That's 1 in a million.
I'm not saying Mahomes.
Me,
I'm
Bobby
just saying
Page,
better
and Richie
than you
Turpin were
expect.
pro Mahomes on draft day. We were
There
pro
you go.
Mahomes. It was there.
I'm just saying, if he's better than you expect, are they who you thought they were?
they liked him enough to trade a shit ton to get him third overall.
You got to give him.
Yeah, because he
you
was a
gotta give him that
beast, dude. He threw for like 7,000
He's
yards.
he's
or some shit,
he's
dude.
athletic. I don't know. I don't know.
Leading on to like what we all just watched live Sunday night, the Rafters coming up number 5. Kevin Garnett retired with the Boston Celtics. I'll spin it off right away because there's a lot of people in the media or sports personalities saying I don't agree with it. Like of him going up 6 years makes an impact going right away. When a championship the first year, they don't have that culture without Kevin Garnett. This is a team that's really built off chemistry. And yeah, they have a bunch of talent. They had a bunch of talent. Don't get me wrong, like anything like that. But him coming in, I think he's one of the most important Celtics of, we were all born in the 90s, of our generation. I couldn't agree with that anymore.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, it's crazy to not think he deserves that. Like, it's insane. Like, without him, none of that happens. None of that happens.
Nothing. Big baby, like making a storm in the court, dude. That was great.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like, that was incredible. You got him swearing and stuff like that. Like, that was awesome. Like, that show was
Here's
perfect.
the thing. It's kind of like the name test. You say the name, and is he a Hall of Famer? Is he
No question.
a memorable player? Here's the thing, too. If you're the Celtics and you have Frank Ramsey up there, you have Don Nelson, guys that average 6 points a game that didn't even start. Granted, they probably won 3 or 4 rings, but they didn't fucking how they played, how they made an impact. You're gonna have to retire KG's number. It's the precedent you set.
Okay, so
Yeah, how much impact did those guys have? Did you know, Sean?
All right, play the
How much
name-
did Frank Ramsey do?
You bring up fucking the name game, then play the name game.
Yeah,
Okay,
do it.
So throw a name out there.
Ray Allen.
He's
No, he doesn't get
No.
it because he left. He doesn't
wasn't
get it until he
dominant.
left.
Liar. Quitter.
he wasn't dominant.
He was very dominant.
He's
He was
he's,
that-
he's literally the
That's
second
wrong.
best
He-
shooter of
I'm
all
just
time.
saying the fact that we're arguing
It-
this makes this a legitimate argument.
No,
Should
it is
be up there.
it is a legitimate argument. And he was
Ray should
dominant
not
when
be
he
up
played with the
there.
Celtics, but he does
I
not
agree.
get on there because he left.
Yeah. And left
That's
the
his
enemy.
penalty.
Like,
That's
he
his
joined the
penalty.
enemy.
That's his penalty.
Okay. All I'm saying is the argument of KG being up there. No, you're an idiot if you say otherwise.
And
I'm happy he's up there.
I will say I'll get a little personal here on the podcast here. What that during his announcement, his speech there, Kevin Garnett, when he broke it down to Ray Allen, like him being there, Paul Pierce got in.
That was awesome.
It was tough. It broke me up. Like they're finally like together, and I understand that Kevin Garnett is the most intense human. Might even be human being on the planet. I'm
Definitely
not
up
even
there. Definitely
not
up
even
there.
just athlete. Like on the planet, I've ever seen like
Who's more intense,
assassin's
Garnett
mentality.
or Brady?
Brady.
Garnett.
Brady. Brady's the best winner of all time. No, assassin's mentality, dude.
Garnett scares
Garnett scares you.
No,
dude.
Garnett's much scarier, much there, but like Tom Brady eats sleeps like more than like Brady is laser
Tom
focused
Brady.
at all
Tom
times.
Brady's more of a Michael Jordan type folk.
I think we're yeah.
I mean, these are the two.
I
Like
think
we're both right.
debating different- I
We're
think
all
we're
right. Yeah.
debating different.
It is ironic that
Yeah.
that we're having this conversation. We're talking about both of them, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, like his conversation there, and bringing Ray Allen up when this whole controversy. I know they hugged her in the All-Star game and stuff, but I think that meant a lot for Ray Allen showing up for them because Kevin Garnett was the bad guy in this whole. I understand that Ray Allen was went away, won a championship with the Heat, but at the end of the day of this like breakup thing, Kevin Garnett made it more of an emotional thing than Ray Allen did, as expected. But I'm saying the fact that 10 years later or whatever they got all back, it didn't just touch them. It touches every single Celtics fan and every single Bostonian around. And if you weren't teary-eyed or anything like that you're not a real fan.
Oh, those highlights, dude. Like
I
KG just running around, fucking flashing the jersey. Like God bless him.
I wasn't teary-eyed because I'm not a giant bitch, but let me just say this:
you don't have that emotional factor in you. That's fine, but that's why you're a Rays fan.
It's whatever. Yeah. It's whatever. I'm just saying what it does.
Wander
though,
Franco sucks.
What it does is it almost like KG accepting it. Now Boston fans can accept it.
Definitely.
And it's weird how that happens.
Like if he gives the blessing, then like we should as well. 100%.
And the captain did too. So.
I think we gave the blessing before he did. Just being honest with you.
I mean, I'm a Ray guy. I was a Ray.
I'm always a Ray
through
guy.
And through.
Best shot probably in NBA Finals history.
He
That
won
one was
championship.
the Miami.
Either that or the Kyrie Irving bank
That
shot.
one was tough. Also tough.
And like
didn't
no,
call it. He
and
didn't
like
call
no,
it. He
because
didn't
like
call
Kyrie Irving.
He didn't call it.
No, you had probably this top three greatest player ever to play the game. Misses the shot. Get behind three against the greatest coach probably definitely in our generation.
100%.
Nail the three, send it overtime. You end up winning the whole thing. Probably the greatest shot in history.
It's up there. It's that's definitely like in the running.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt.
Yeah, Miami doesn't win a championship without it. Stating the obvious, but
Yeah.
I mean, and Cleveland doesn't either in defense to you. With Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, yeah.
Yeah, but let's
Agreed.
not support Cleveland.
I
on
wish
this podcast.
neither went in and LeBron's got
fuck
one
Kyrie though.
championship.
But like that was a great shot.
I remember like right, and that Ray Allen shot was also one of the biggest shots like ever. Of like the second that pass went out to him, it was just like fuck, he's gonna drain that.
Also,
Like there was like no way Ray Allen missed that shot. once he
Also,
took it.
I'm a big dog on. I'm not a big fan of Brian Scalabrini's commentary, but I thought he did a great job with the Q&A.
Oh, he did.
I thought he was really
That's
good.
a very intense job
that's,
to be given.
That's a tough job.
Yeah, like KG of all people too is like just like the most intense like.
Well, no, because the thing too, I'm just getting here for 1 second, like you can ask the easy questions, or you can ask like, the I was there questions of the whole like arm wrestle thing, or the whole of when Paul Pierce called him out for the Matt Bonner thing. I thought that was pretty good too.
Imagine the balls it would take to switch KG's song. Like when he was like, you played that song for 2 weeks and everyone hated it. Like imagine someone going up there and like switching the dial.
No,
Well, I'd be more
That would
afraid
be
to
imagine if they had
nuts.
touch tunes and someone just like filled in from like the
beat him,
back.
yeah.
me playing Who Let the Dogs Out at the pub.
Great stuff. Obviously, it wasn't a great game for the Celtics. They dropped a tough one to Dallas. Cashed out on the plus 250 money line. Big shout out to the high slot pod because they're big gamblers this week. They didn't do basketball, but I did, and I fucking ripped it. Tough
I
one.
could say the same.
Hey, still undefeated lock of the weeks. Follow. Let's go.
Adam loves to just say his wins and never my wins, and loves to say my losses and never his losses.
Because you don't play by the
least
rules.
he's
You come here once a
consistent.
month.
Yeah. Oilers beat the Lightning. I want money for that pick. Like, you fucking should have had people pay.
Leading on into what should have been the headline of the episode.
Yeah, right.
Like if we were to do this episode on Thursday, this would have been the lead. Shout out to our guy Nick Timberlake there. Not going to be in the tournament, unfortunately. Not at this, but I'm just telling you, he's not going to be in it. The NCAA tournament bracket came out. Been riding Texas A&M all weekend. That's a tough miss. They did not get in. But we're going to announce our winners in our first round upset. And I'll start here. I'll start with my winner. I think everyone's been ducking him all year. Bill Self, Hall of Fame coach. Can't wait. Number 1 seed. Plus 1,100 to win it all. I think they have a really easy road as it is. I think Creighton's going to be their toughest match probably in the second round, but they have Providence here who probably going to go down early. Iowa is a 5 seed. I'm just looking here. I think Kansas has a way of getting to the ship at least and giving them an opportunity to bounce in and cash in on that plus 1,100.
I agree. They definitely have the easiest bracket. I think Iowa is actually a bigger challenge than you think. I think Creighton's a good team. They obviously made it to the Big East Finals.
Yeah.
But as far as Kansas, 1 seeds, they do have the easiest path, in my opinion.
Oshia got G's.
Yeah, Kansas is good. I mean, it's for me. I usually always have ones, and I try not to get too cute in my brackets. This year, I don't know if I'm going to have a number 1 seed in my Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it 2 weeks ago. All the top 6 teams fucking all went down in one night.
Oh yeah, no, it is an absolute bloodbath in college basketball this year. I don't know, and especially because the 1 seeds, Kansas is just name wise the best one. Gonzaga is notorious chokers. I mean, they've been the best team for years. They still have no titles.
Gonzaga made it to the finals last year.
And then got massacred by Baylor. And then who's the other? It's Arizona, Baylor, and Kansas. Are those the 4 1 seeds?
Yeah, Arizona, Baylor, Kansas.
Those are 4 teams that just not sure I believe in any of them.
I believe in Kansas. From day one.
Kansas is definitely the number
they had
one.
They had a tough championship game against Texas Tech, and they wrote it out. That Texas Tech is going to be a tough out. Whether I think they're a 3 seed. I'm going to have to look at them here.
Yeah, I think they are
3 seed. Yeah, it's a tough bracket to look all around and really have a conversation about. As
that West
we're
bracket.
coming live. Yeah, they're playing Montana State. It's good.
Don't sleep on Purdue. That's all
I'm with Deshaun. They're in my Final Four.
So who
They're also
do you guys
notorious.
have picks? Do you guys have who's going to win?
So, Sean, go.
It's either Purdue or Iowa is going to win the national championship.
Iowa?
Iowa's a legit ridiculous pick.
I like Iowa, like I just said.
That's one of the worst.
I don't think it's. I think that's a stretch.
All right, so I like UCLA, but my heart is with UConn, so I'll be rooting for them until they lose. But that's going to be a tough stretch. They're in a bracket with Duke and Gonzaga, so getting out of that's going to be tough.
I don't know why you can say Iowa's a ridiculous pick and UConn's not. Especially with
Which one of those teams have we seen win multiple national titles in our life?
But Iowa's a really good team this year. I think it's with Luka Garza gone, they're overlooked.
I repeat my question.
I'm just
Which
saying,
of those have
I
we
just
seen?
think Iowa's
I've never seen Iowa basketball do a thing. I've seen UConn
Did
win
everyone
multiple.
pick their favorite? Because I'm ready to go for my dog in the.
I haven't
64.
I haven't picked my favorite, but
No, you don't have one.
I don't. I
Not
mean,
good enough for it?
the Zags. The Zags. I'm
The
taking.
Zags, yeah, the favorite, yeah. It's sick.
It's not.
Who you got,
it's
Sean?
not sexy or anything.
Dark horse. I've always liked this team.
Iowa.
Nope, not Iowa. Wisconsin Badgers.
They suck. They're awful.
They're not.
Just wait. You'll see. They'll make a run.
So my upset of the first round is actually over Iowa. I think the Richmond Spiders, coming off a hell of a performance in their conference tournament, are going to come in raging. They're going to win the game. And then I think, double upset. I think South Dakota State has a great chance against Providence. Either way, Richmond's getting to the Sweet. Richmond is my Sweet 16 team.
I
Providence
fully
are
endorse the South Dakota State one. Fully endorse that. I think that's a pick as well.
I watched the Richmond Dayton game today,
Rich, what?
and
Also, Michigan
I
beats
think
Colorado
Dayton's a
State.
very good team, an underrated team. I thought that was a very good game. I think you're reaching, but
Reaching with what?
I mean you got to reach on upsets.
Yeah, you got.
No, that's why, sorry.
I think I like Virginia Tech beating Texas as well.
Okay, that's a good one.
Virginia Tech's
Don't
looking
forget
great.
about Houston either. Houston's a good fucking team.
I was gonna lay it up to you because I didn't want to say it as my upset. Because you were saying it to me all last night, John from Quincy. But Vermont over Arkansas. I like that one too. They won the conference championship over UMBC by 40 points. That's a good team.
Arkansas wins, and I own Arkansas.
And this is where my head gets fucked. Is where it's not a homer pick, but it's like Vermont's like Northeast, like familiar. Where in my head I'm biased and maybe want to take it, but won't, and then I'm gonna kick myself or whatever. So that's where I wouldn't take it. What was my upset?
I just don't think Vermont. Obviously, the conferences and who they play come into play, but I just don't think Vermont can stand up athletically to Arkansas.
I think they can.
What do you guys think? Loyola Chicago versus Ohio State. What's the name? Sister Jean.
Fuck her.
Like you got like Loyola Chicago. It's March.
Is she not dead yet?
She
Still going. Still going.
Still going.
Too bad.
Okay.
She might outlive us.
That's a kid who went to Catholic school his whole life too. That's tough.
Christ.
Whatever. Yeah. So
Just say it.
I'm looking at it, and Longwood over Tennessee is so ridiculous that I'm kind of in.
Tennessee.
Like, what is Longwood
Tennessee's like a dark horse. Are they 2 or 3 seed?
3.
They're a dark horse team. That's a very good
Oh no,
team.
I know they're good. I'm just saying
That's a
Longwood.
very good
I've
team.
never heard of Longwood in my life.
I have two upsets that
Hank? Yeah.
I'm not very much. Okay, I'll just say them.
Just say it.
Chattanooga over Illinois. Chattanooga is very good. Very good.
What number seed, you know?
They're playing Illinois.
13-4.
Yeah, Illinois. If you shut down
fucking
Kofi,
chokes.
if you
Illinois
shut
is a
down
choke
Kofi
out of school.
Cockburn,
I feel like Illinois
if
and
you shut
Auburn
down
are the
Kofi-
same team. I feel like
No.
Illinois and Auburn are the same team.
I think Illinois is a little bit above, but like you're close.
Oh,
Like,
I think
they're
Auburn's
there.
way
They're
above
there.
them.
No,
Auburn's-
maybe this
Auburn's
year,
above
but I'm
them.
saying as a program.
Yeah.
Like as a program.
Oh no, this year's team, I think they're pretty similar. I would probably agree with them. Auburn a little bit better.
And then my other upset is back to Davidson.
They're playing something.
Michigan State. That is a March toss up.
Yeah,
That's 7-10, right? So
Yeah.
and that's
like,
where
goes
it's
either
like
way.
that.
Because like you want to
Yeah.
believe in Tom Izzo in March, but like
They're not-
Davidson's Davidson.
they're
Like
not
they're
the
also a
team
March
that they-
team.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
They're
see.
not that powerhouse.
Let's see when. Oh, sorry, Craig. We'll see when does Duke go down. So Duke plays Cal State Fulton, who was a wagon last night, took down the Long Beach State Dirtbags early on.
They go down to Texas Tech.
They go down to Texas Tech. Oh man, I lost the bracket. I think.
Yeah. What did you
Texas
just
Tech
do?
team is really good. That's a very good team.
So no, they play the winner of Michigan State Davidson. So
Yeah, I
that's
know.
going to be a
But
tough
then
game as it
Texas
is. Yeah, then you got Texas Tech. They probably go down to Texas Tech. I agree. They're not for real. They will not get to the national championship. And if they do, they'll definitely lose. They've gotten to like every single part this year. They had the last home game against North Carolina. They got paced. They won the ACC championship, got paced. Now it would just make sense for them to get to the national
No.
championship. and
Can
get paced.
we also just take a breather on the Coach K love affair?
No.
Like
Who you mean hate affair? Who loves him?
no, like so many people want to see him go out on top. Fuck Coach K.
I don't think anybody does.
Agreed. I agree with Sean.
Yeah.
Good take.
The world hates Duke.
I hate. I'm not a big.
I mean, I haven't seen
You'd be
anybody.
surprised how many Duke fans.
Yeah,
there are.
there's Duke fans.
I don't hate Duke as much as most people
Yeah,
do.
me
I'm not one
neither,
of those
but
haters.
I-
But
But
I
like,
don't see it.
but like Izzo, like Boeheim,
I would.
Bill
I-
Self, I'm a way bigger fan of them than fucking Coach K.
If Michigan State beats Davidson, I think Michigan State might beat Duke.
I agree. I think the winner of the Michigan State Davidson game is going to be riding their hightails off to whoever they play.
Because, dude, that like
I'm telling
Coach
you,
K,
Cal State Fulton. I'm telling you that.
like you want to
changed
like
the
win,
point.
go out on top and stuff. Like March Madness is built to like destroy that.
Yeah.
That's like March Madness's point. Is like you think you're like gonna just like win and go out on top. Like
Do
He's
nobody-
already
not sleep
destroyed.
on Fulton.
He
Do
lost to
not
UNC.
sleep on Fulton.
He lost to UNC. He doesn't go out on top.
that loss scares me because everyone on Duke knows that they fucking
They have to be
blew
national.
that.
They have to be national
Like
championships.
yeah, that changed
champions
everything.
or-
Like that could be a great loss for Duke. Like looking at it, like that could be one that changed everything. Like we need to get down.
I
like-
also have another one before, unless anyone has anything else to add before closing it. Villanova, number 2 seed over 15 seed Delaware. Villanova by a billion. By a
Nova.
billion.
I
Well, no, our guy
love-
Nick.
I know.
I hate the Nova program. I think
Our guy Nick Timberlake lost to
Let's go.
them in the
Let's-
semifinals of his conference tournament. So now they're playing Villanova, like Villanova by a million.
I'll root for Villanova one day.
Yeah.
One day, and that's for you, buddy. That's for you.
Hey, big shout out to Mo Money Channel. Big Nova fan. Big Nova fan.
I'm not a Nova guy at all, but
It's more money show now.
what's his
Oh,
name?
shit.
Gillespie, who's been there for like 35 years, is they're gonna make a run.
Yep. Well, I guess that's all we have for college basketball. Gonna turn to baseball is back. We have Anton back in studio who thinks he was this baseball guru, even though he only knows prospects.
Shut the fuck up.
I was waiting for that. I was just waiting for that. But do you have any takes on baseball being back? And are the Rays gonna make any moves? Because I know the Red Sox are gonna make a move.
What move is the Red Sox gonna make?
I think Jorge Soler is gonna be your starting right fielder.
With the NLDH, I think he stays out in the NL. But fine. I think the Red Sox need pitching desperately. I think they're a bottom of the barrel team in the AL East, especially the Toronto just signed Kikuchi. They have.
Toronto can sign all the pretty names. They ain't gonna matter.
Stop
they
giving
smack.
them this.
I will.
This is what the Red Sox fans live for.
I have fought this for my life. You should have too. I don't know why you're afraid of them.
He's so afraid. I'll give Matt credit because of that.
There's Rays. There's
I've seen it.
the Blue
I know
Jays,
what
and then there's the Yankees, and then there's a huge gap, and then there's the Red Sox, and the Orioles are a year or two away. They can't really develop pitching, but
Several years, man. Come on now.
Blue Jays are the best team in the division.
no, they're not.
On paper.
No, they're
I
not.
think they are.
On paper.
You,
On paper. I agree. On paper.
Best
Yankees.
offense in the league by far.
by far,
so?
by
pitching,
far.
their pitching is going to be serviceable.
I look-
Jose Barrios is a great. Kevin Gossman. I know. there's-
Gossman's gone from San Fran. He's gonna suck. His ERA is gonna be over.
You know Kevin Gossman before last year was like one of the worst pitchers in all of baseball.
because the Orioles.
He's going
like
to have a
the
ton of run
worst.
support. He's going to have a ton
You
of
just
run
look at the
support.
Red Sox last season, and they had a great start to the season. They kind of blew it, and then they made their way back. They beat the Yankees in the one-game playoff. They smoked the Rays, and then they they were about to beat the Astros, and then they just blew it. How can they top that? Because I don't think they can top what they did last season.
A healthy Sale.
Oh, definitely a healthy sale, but timely hitting, you're gonna have Christian Vasquez hit another walk-off home run in the playoff game.
That guy's the worst,
Well,
man. Yes, he's
in-
going to
in-
do that, dude. I
Probably,
hate that
probably,
guy.
You know,
Probably.
you get Brandon Lau going 0 for 19.
No, my point too. A lot of things went their way. It was I hate comparison to other sports, but it was a year like the Bruins made the Cup. Every team just fucking lost. Of course, they beat the team that they got through, but it seems like that's never gonna happen again.
It's like the Giants, the Bumgarner World Series years, or the 2013 Red Sox, that lightning in a bottle fucking.
If Freddie Freeman goes to the Dodgers, we riot. We riot.
That would be the worst fucking thing, dude. That would suck so
If
much.
Freddie Freeman has a heart and wants
He'd be a
to do
Yankee.
well for baseball, he goes to the Rays, and I'll.
Goes to the Yankees. No one wants to be a Ray.
I don't know.
dude.
Tell me to do something and I'll do it.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Sure.
Whoa.
Sure.
A little intense there.
Like a Tampa Bay Ray. Why would you even free? No. Why would you go to the Rays?
We need
to prove a fucking.
we need
point.
a new arena in Tampa. They need to play where the Bucks play. Maybe win a championship.
They have.
That place is an aquarium.
It doesn't matter.
Gross.
They lost Cruz, who wasn't even that good. For
God.
us.
So.
And now we've added Kluber, who's may become the Cy
Kluber?
Young now that.
Probably will win the Cy Young.
Like,
Kluber was
somehow,
still very good
yeah.
with the Yankees. He was injured a lot, but he still has it's still there.
Glass
Like
now
he
back.
is good.
Shane McClanahan, Rasmussen. I mean, and then you have the Padres kid. They got
I hate
Patino.
your bullpen more than anything.
Probably gonna have the MVP on the team.
And the best player for the next 15 years.
I couldn't agree more. The guy's an absolute savage. You can Walter Franco. He's incredible.
He might not be that as good as he's.
He's
supposed
gonna
to
hit
next year,
35 bombs this year, over 100
probably
RBIs.
hit, 310.
He's gonna be incredible. There's no denying.
I would hope for nothing more.
He's gonna be the next baseball great.
I am.
You guys got a fucking discount on him. It's bullshit. I bring it up every time.
He's probably gonna get traded year 3, and
I hope so.
He will not be a Ray forever.
I hope so, because you know what? Then he loses. Then it's I'm playing for the Yankees or someone for $20 million a year
Right.
when I could have just signed a 3-year deal with the Rays for $20 million and then got $50
that's why
million
I
after
hope
that.
the Rays don't do it. I hope they reward
They will
him.
when they end up sucking. They will suck one day. Not anytime soon. Maybe in 4 years they'll probably suck. Yeah. Oh, the women's tournament challenge is here if anyone cares.
Don't care. You know what?
Speaking of women,
respectfully.
did you hear about the New York City mayor? What he said yesterday?
We don't talk about
women-
politics on the show.
Honestly,
No.
Sean, honestly,
women,
Sean,
women should be. He said women should play in the MLB. All I want to see is if they want to have that happen, fine. but I don't want to hear any crying when the woman gets up to bat and gets a 98-mile-an-hour fastball to the ribs.
To the tits? Okay.
No crying in baseball. All right.
Can we
yeah.
agree that we're going to cut that?
We're all good. Hey, everyone. Want to thank you for joining this breaking news episode. John from Quincy, always a pleasure you coming on. Had to give us a rib punch there at the end. Great stuff. Want to give a big shout out to Hedge Better for making this all possible. Justin not in studio tonight. Can't wait to see you next, buddy. Big shout out to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, Craig Kelly and Braintree for making this all possible. In the law offices of Patrick J. Foley for making this happen. Actually, golf season happening. Granite Links happening. Get up there. Go see some girls with John from Quincy and have a great time. Thanks
That's
a lot,
it, baby.
Yeah,
Sean from
thanks a lot for everyone joining tonight from Steele Nazz here. We'll see you next time, and best of luck with your brackets. And Tom Brady is back.
Yeah.